In the dynamic world of aviation, we could find that most airlines around the world are constantly facing bankruptcy and other challenges. But Emirates Airlines seems to be carrying out its business just fine. So, what could be the secret to Emirates' success? Join us today as we delve into the success story of Emirates Airlines and its history. Starting with Gulf Air cutting back its services to Dubai resulted in Emirates being established in March 1985 with the support from Dubai's ruler, Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. While Maurice Flanagan was tasked with the mission to launch an airline in just 5 months with a $10 million funding. Maurice was advised that the airline had to look good, be good, and make money. And on the 3rd of July in 1987, a 6 EKA flew from Toulouse to Dubai, with Emirates taking delivery of its first owned aircraft, which was an Airbus A310-304. While at the beginning, Emirates experienced a rapid growth, averaging 30% annually. In the early 1900s, the ongoing Gulf War also contributed to the business, as it was the only airline which had continued flying within the last 10 days of the war. Moving forward, in 2000, the airline went on to place an order for a large number of aircraft that included the Boeing 777-300 and the Airbus A380, and it also launched its frequent flyer program, Skywards. From that time onwards, while competing with other big-time airlines on international routes, the airline has continued expanding its fleet and network, with an aim of operating flights to anywhere in the world through Dubai. Why are the other airlines going bankrupt? Well, the aviation business is a risky thing, as it's one of the most expensive and least profitable businesses in the world. High fixed and variable costs. As aircrafts are expensive, and in order to repay a large lease or loan, airlines have to continue business regardless of business conditions. Airlines also require a huge labor force to carry on their operations, so making payroll expenses is another part of relatively fixed costs that has to be continued each month. The security costs have also skyrocketed since the 9/11 attack that took place in the US, and the ever-changing prices of oil is another big challenge that airlines have to cope with, continuing to fly without profiting. Despite years of substantial losses, many unprofitable airlines still carry out business because of the various stakeholders that cannot afford to let them close. Because closing down a large, unprofitable airline would involve the loss of a numerous amount of jobs, while causing disruption to hundreds of thousands of travelers, and also causing millions in losses for the airline's creditors. Reputation for inconvenience and poor service. Due to security procedures at check-in, there are always long lines, inconvenient schedules, the seating is cramped up, poor service, and more. The perception that air travel is unpleasant makes it very difficult for airlines to charge the higher prices which are necessary to return to profitability. Also, there's a number of public relations disasters that have recently emerged on social media that has caused harm to the industry, unexpected events, and its consequences. The aviation industry is especially vulnerable to unexpected events, which can be natural disasters, terrorism, and political instabilities. These are some incidents that can affect passenger demand and their operations. For instance, in April 2010, airlines collectively estimated to have obtained an excess of $2 billion losses due to the closure of European airspace that was caused by massive ash clouds following a volcanic eruption in Iceland. And another example is that the US airline industry suffered losses of around $7.7 billion in 2001, regardless of massive federal aid, mainly due to an increase in passenger demand after the 9/11 attacks. What is Emirates' secret to its success? Emirates Airline is a subsidiary of the Emirates Group, which is owned by the government of Dubai's Investment Corporation of Dubai. It's the Middle East's largest airline, which operates more than 3,600 flights per week from its hub at Terminal 3 of Dubai International Airport. With its fleet of nearly 300 aircrafts, it operates to more than 150 cities in 80 countries across 6 continents. Location. Geographically, Dubai sits in a great spot, which is like an 8-hour flight away from 60% of the world's population, which are from some of the fastest growing economies in the world, like China, India, Africa, the Middle East, and the developed countries of Europe. Dubai Airport can be used as a transit hub as it's at midpoint, meaning if a flight is traveling from Europe to India, it has the possibility to halt at Dubai for a layer refuel and move to India. It's the same case with a flight going from Europe to China. Since Dubai is placed right at the crossroads of cargo flows, it can even ship goods to other countries benefiting from cargo revenues. Labor management. The cost of labor for Emirates is remarkably low. The number of labor strikes that Emirates has seen is 0. Because if there's a strike, it can disrupt operations, which causes heavy losses to the airline and decrease passenger trust. Well, the United Arab Emirates does not recognize trade unions at all, meaning the workers do not have the legal right to collective bargaining or to go on a strike, and Emirates employees are often signed with fixed-term contracts. So if employees breach these contracts by participating in unauthorized strikes, they could either be terminated or be penalized. Emirates also hires its crew from over 116 nationalities with this diversity, making it very challenging to mobilize as a large group of workers around common grievances. On the other hand, Emirates offers tax-free salaries, accommodation, and other benefits for the employees. Fuel strategy. Since Dubai has its own oil, the transportation costs of fuel is less. They also use another strategy called fuel hedging. It's like an insurance policy against volatile fuel prices, meaning if the fuel cost increases by 100%, then the airline companies will start facing major losses. But in fuel hedging, the company makes an agreement with an insurance company or the oil company, and the airline would pay a premium today, so that they get constant prices tomorrow. For instance, if Emirates would agree to pay $10 extra per barrel today, they would pay the oil company $40 per barrel today, with the condition that even if the oil price increases to $80 a barrel, the airline would still pay $40 only. Similarly, if the oil price decreases to $10 a barrel, the airline would still pay $40 only. Smart, isn't it? There you have it about Dubai's high-flying Emirates Airlines, who have set the example that the key to success is not only to work hard, but to work smart. Don't forget to share your thoughts and share this video with your friends. Thank you for joining us.